Alright guys, welcome back to more Let's Play Drakengard. So we are going to be in post-commentary for a couple of videos. What we're currently doing right now is going through some weapon collecting. I do most of the story mode weapons, and then I do all of the expeditions, and I think I go back for one story mode. So this is chapter 1, verse 8, and we jump around quite a bit. And I try equipping weapons and getting some new ones and trying to level some up too. So for this one, those enemies right down there by the compass, we have to go and kill all of those enemies in order to unlock the weapon that we're looking for. And the reason why we are doing this is we need to collect every weapon in the game. All 60... I think we need to unlock 64 of them, because I think there's 65 in the game, and that'd be including the sword you start with. And you need to unlock all the weapons in order to access the last chapter in the game. As of recording the audio, it's 1 o'clock in the morning on June 30th. I have actually completed the game. I have collected every weapon. I have finished the last chapter. So the LP is done. We just have to go through, show the collection of every weapon, and then we will all be good, and then we'll have a new LP starting. And I mean, it didn't take that long. I probably have, I don't know, I want to say probably about 30 or so videos to go through and organize and get the weapons all edited together. Because like I try showing off what chapter or what free expedition it's in, what the name of the weapon is called after you unlock it, and what specifically you have to do in order to unlock it. Hence why you're going to see like jumps in the middle of chapters. Like this one, I killed over 1,000 enemies. So like, I think I got quite a few weapons that were, that ended up getting a level up. And so that was also another goal for while collecting all the weapons, was to try and get some of the weapons that we had to level up, get those to level 4, add in a couple of new weapons that we end up seeing. We don't use every weapon, clearly. We don't get every weapon up to level 4, clearly. But we do collect every weapon, and we get a good portion. I want to say probably like 10 to 15 up to level 4. And so that took me 30 minutes, so I cut it down to a 3-minute portion. And this is also good for us to get level ups, which will then increase our HP for later on in other missions, which is great. So killing all the enemies by that compass area on the map will unlock the Scald Song with the magic attack of Crimson Sentinel. And I don't think I ever used that one. We got the Reaper Scythe up to level 2, the Slaughterism up to level 3, and the Flameberg up to level 3, and Apostate's Misery up to level 2. So, I mean, we ended up getting a lot of level ups just through that. Well, maybe we do use Scald Song because it's a longsword. And I really like the longswords in the game. I think they're the easiest weapons to use. They definitely don't start the most powerful, but they definitely seem to be the easiest to use. Like the normal swords, they don't have enough range. So our next one is actually in chapter 4, verse 5, and then I believe there's actually one in chapter 4, verse 6. It's probably been like a week that since I edited this, and I just haven't had time to record the audio. So this has kind of just been sitting. And I decided I think I wanted Leonard as my ally. You don't need to set an ally every time. You can just leave CRA. There isn't really a... I don't believe that there was a specific weapon that you needed to use a specific ally for, which was pretty nice. We didn't have to use a person that we didn't like in order to get it. And so this one, I originally thought that it was actually going to be way over up near our menu, or through that valley area right down there. but it's actually not. It's actually in the middle of the map, near that rock that we actually see in our in the distance. So I end up showing off as to where I am, and we actually want to kill the enemies that are in this tiny little valley crevice here. And they're bigger enemies, so when we kill them, this is what unlocks. We didn't have to kill any in a specific time limit. There are a couple of chapters that are specific time limits, where you have to beat the chapter in X amount of time. But there we go. So that is the chapter 4 verse 5 weapon. And then I still have to kill these 2 targets. So we're still in the same chapter, and I'm trying to show like a beginning when we collect, and then also an end. That way, you guys don't get confused as to where we are, and that way we show the unlocking of the weapon too. Because if we didn't have the end, I would have just jumped to a different chapter, and then that would have probably confused you guys. I wanted to try and make the after game weapon collection a little bit easier on you guys. That way you guys could walk through it with me in case there were any that you missed. We have unlocked various weapons in the story mode, and some of those I used a guide for, some of them were just completely random. So you should be able to find every unlocked weapon. Oh, I should mention, though, that it would be best to play the game on normal difficulty. According to the guide that I was using to try and unlock my weapons, to try and get those, some weapons don't unlock on easy. You need to do it on normal. So we ended up unlocking Fang's Glaive with Greed's something. I ended up going way too quick through it. And then it automatically put us into chapter 4, verse 6. And I didn't realize that there was a weapon here at the beginning, which is why I almost went to quit. But then I looked at my thing, and there's actually a weapon in this chest right over here. Like right off of the beginning. And you don't need to kill any of the enemies here, you just need to get to the end of this event. Which actually takes us a bit to do so, because these guys were being annoying. So I wanted to kill them. And I mean, it's just nice to be able to just go through and kind of just slaughter the enemies that are being annoying. So here we are, the end of the chapter, and this is the one that will end up splitting like into the later chapters of chapter 4, or in the series prayer, one of the two. I can't remember exactly which one. I didn't really particularly care about like where the story was going in chapters that I've already done. I just wanted to get the weapons. I do have to say though, for unlocking, so we ended up getting Raven Feeder, Breath of the Azir, which is a sword somehow. I would have thought that that would have been like a like more of a blunt weapon, not a sword, because that's a really weird looking sword. I've never seen a sword circle in on itself. And I wanted to go through and try and get the like the explanation that you guys can just end up seeing, like how strong the weapon is, like what the magic attack does. That one gives out poisonous gas, which is pretty interesting, which I don't think we ever actually got to see, sadly. But I do have to say, you're gonna end up getting a long video, probably 2 or 3 videos of the final boss fight. It was that hard for me to do. Like, I probably recorded about 2.5 hours. So this is chapter 3, verse 7. Dark Creatures. It's an event mission, so you only have access to Kayam's sword. But now my guide said go to the northwest, and that's why you're going to see me run up towards the northwest. But it's actually not the northwest. you actually want to go southwest. So we end up running this way for, I don't know, probably about a minute or so. And that ends up being incorrect. So I'm like, all right, I'll head south and then see where that ends up taking me. Because we get, like, all the way up to where, like, the map just stops for this level. And I originally thought, oh, northwest and we'll be around this rock. Nope, not there. And then, like, the mountain range keeps going up. Can't really go more towards the left. And then it will eventually, I believe it gets, like, dark. Yeah, and that's the boundaries of the map. And I'm like, okay. So I think my guide screwed up. So it was, I got lucky going southwest. Because I didn't know exactly as to where it would have been. So there's that rock that we went around, and I just wanted to check it again. But, oh, what am I thinking here? Oh, I lost my train of thought. But no, I ended up getting really lucky when we ended up going southwest, because it could have been anywhere, since my guide was wrong. So we went southwest, kind of started following the rock formation this way, just to see as to where it would take us. And then there's the chest right down there. So it's in, like, the bottom southwest corner. And that's all you need for the weapon. And then you just need to go to, like, a specific place. Like, it sucks that the event missions don't really have a map, because it would have been nice to be able to show where exactly on that map, or in this level on the map as to where it would have been. But southwest, not northeast. You may end up seeing a guide that's wrong. But there you go. And it didn't take us long to get to where we needed to go either. So that was a pretty simple chapter. It shouldn't have taken us that long if my guide was correct. But sometimes guides are not correct. I had that issue when I was doing Prince of Persia. My physical guide, the book that was published, was wrong. This is Sword Smasher with the magic attack Pale Death. Yeah, 7 attack. I mean, it's not the greatest in terms of long swords, but that increases our attack strength for 10 seconds by 1.5, which is pretty nice. I do like getting more attack strength to destroy more enemies. So I think it said there we're only at like 57% of the weapons. So that one's a thing. So now we need to go to Chapter 7, Verse XB. Aryok lives, and that will get us another weapon. It being an event mission, you can't really show it as to where it would locate on a map. So it said, I believe it said southwest in a burning building, or southeast in a burning building. Yeah, I just could not find a building that I could get in that was burning. And so I think it was more like in the middle or something. Or I just did, or that may have been it, and I just didn't go down south enough. So we do eventually find it. I just run around like an idiot, I think, for like a minute. Because I'm stupid, and I'm like, how can I get into a burning building when the entrance is clearly blocked off because of all the fire? And then I'm thinking, oh wait, this one's burned out. But then I'm like, nope, I didn't see it in there. Then looking here, nothing. Not even like a secret entrance or anything. I was bad at reading my own instructions that I had on the thing. But we do eventually find it. That's the important thing. And that will get us to like 58, 59% of the weapons. At least that's what I'm seeing on the video screen. It could be 69 or 57 or 67. Mainly because I can't really tell as to what the number is. But we end up getting, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 weapons in this video. And we needed to get like 30 weapons. So this is probably going to be a 5 video collection part. But granted, some of them are super easy to get. And those shouldn't take that long to edit. I just do know that I have probably about 4 to 5 hours of video to scrounge through in order to get you guys the weapon collecting. That way you guys can end up getting the last ending. which, to me, the last ending was not worth it. The last ending is such a disappointment in comparison to some of the other endings that we've had, in my opinion. It is that disappointing. And you will see the frustration that I had to go through in order to just get it. Because that dumb boss fight. But I'm getting ahead of myself. That's a couple of videos in the future. But cool, we unlock Ariok, which would then give us Ariok's chapter. And that is Wolf Plague with Fenrir's Fang. Our dragon leveled up to level 2 again, somehow. But there we go, we have another spear. So that's going to be it for now. And I will see you guys back next time with a new weapon collecting video.